What up, YouTube? It's Misery's Company. In this video, I want to talk about this patch. Now, this patch was just awesome. A lot of people are loving this patch. It's brought a lot of people back to the game. It's made current players enjoy the game even more. But there's one thing that I think really needs to be talked about, how this patch actually really hurt more people than I think realize it, especially our free-to-play friends, because the grind just got a whole lot harder. Now, let's talk about that right now. So, like I said, this patch has been phenomenal. It brought us a new zone, it brought us new cosmetics, it brought us new events in the game, it brought us new legendary gems, which was fun. It brought us a lot of really good things. New hell difficulties, new paragon trees. We've covered so much of that on my channel already in different videos. Please go check those out if you haven't already. But there's really one thing that is hurting, in my opinion, the experience as a free-to-play player and as a grinder. It is more repetitive, and you're gonna do more backtracking than you ever have in Diablo Immortal right now. Reason being is, so they did nerf combat rating when it comes to the hell difficulty. So the required hell difficulty going from hell 5 to hell 6 is a pretty massive jump, right? So 3700 to 6100. And then from 4, because this is where I was around 2000, is from 2300 to 37. So, you know, small jump there, and then massive jump to hell 6, and another decent jump to hell 7. Now, here's where it gets a little crazy. Is that, so here, and I noticed this because, again, I've been playing catch up. I am just now within 20 levels of Paragon level, and I'm still, you know, I think I'm like 7,600 currently combat rating. So I'm in a decent spot. I would say I'm in an average spot, and I just caught up to it. So lots to still do, lots of grinding that needs to be done. I know what course of action I need to take for my account, but in doing so and trying to catch up as fast as possible, I realized this very quickly, that it was going to be a big problem, and that's this right here, the combat rating. So the combat rating, like I said, for Hell 6 is 6,175, which is great, right? So once you get close to that, you get the you beat the boss that you need to beat over here. You beat Ophaneb. In Hell 5, you unlock Hell 6, you get to Paragon 360, you beat the 184 in the challenge rifts, and then boom, you can go to Hell 6, and you're like, wow, okay, first thing I want to do is do my dungeon grinds, because that is the most efficient thing I can do, because your set gear is tied to your Hell difficulty, whereas your legendary gear is tied to your Paragon level. So it's very beneficial to jump straight into the dungeons, and that's what it has been up until this point in Diablo Immortal. Until now. Because as soon as you get the minimum requirements for the combat rating of 6,175, you actually can't jump into the dungeons, well, easily. Because the dungeons are going to be a requirement of like 6,800. It's a good 700 combat rating higher than what the minimum requirement is for Hell 6. So what that means is, you get to Hell 6, and the only way you can either progress quickly is, again, still the dungeons, but you need to get either a group to carry you or be willing to carry you, you know, either a warband, a clan, whatever it is, a group of people to carry you, or as a free-to-play, or people that maybe play by yourself, which a lot of people do. I've just recently started getting more committed into like my friendships with my clan and my warband, and consistently showing up to these events so that I can be included. But let's say you don't do that and you want to play alone. Your path is very difficult. That means you have to overworld farm, which, you know, I mean, there are some decent spots. The number one spot I'll go ahead and shout out in this video is Realm of Damnation. I'm sure you're well aware of it. Plains of Torment. This is by far the best. If I have a few minutes and I've already done my, you know, the dailies that I feel like I need to do, I will run this, and I usually average at least a couple legendaries, and that doesn't include the monstrous essences giving me legendaries. That is just running this on farm with 4 people. You get your gems. It's just a fantastic farm. You do the circle right down here, boom, and then you get somebody that goes up here, and you're just like, you're knocking it out in no time. In fact, after I record this video, I'm actually going to go back to grinding this, but I got off track. So the reason you're going to be grinding is because you want to get the legendaries, but the legendaries aren't going to be giving you that massive upgrade in combat rating because of your Paragon level. So it's just going to be small intermittent like upgrades, and then finally when you get to 6,800, that's when you can do your dungeons, which doesn't feel great because then you're getting set items, which will give you a bigger jump in CR, which helps you again get to like the next difficulty, which is what I say, it was like 8 something. Yeah, 8,900, almost 9,000 difficulty. Now I've already beaten the difficulty or the boss necessary to do this, but I obviously need to get to Paragon 480, as well as getting my combat rating a whole heck of a lot higher than it is now. And I've already seen a lot of people doing Hell 7, which is good. I would highly recommend it if you can, if you get high enough combat rating to compete at that level, which a lot of people are. But I would say not the average person. I'd say a lot, not the average person. So basically your progression as a free-to-play or just grinder in this game, and I say free to play because you don't get that huge combat rating boost from the legendary gems. That's why I keep saying that. I should have clarified that earlier. But now you get to the new hell difficulty. You have to overworld farm until you get enough legendaries to do your dungeons, do your dungeon farming. Then at that point, you should go back to overworld farming or farm for more legendaries. So you're literally going back and forth instead of what it was originally, which was get to the new hell difficulty, farm your dungeons, get the set gear, and then as you're doing so, get your legendaries, because you can't, like I said, jump straight into the dungeons efficiently. So that is the only negative thing, in my opinion, of this patch, is that it hurts the free-to-play player, because, you know, somebody with, like, in my situation where you have 1k gym resonance, you know, you're not getting that big of a boost, right? I only have 2 5-star gems. One actually is pretty phenomenal. I do have the Sleeping Bile that I unlocked. I did not buy this with the platinum or anything else. I actually found this in a dungeon and about crap my pants. So 4 out of 5 stars there, and then I do have the 2 out of 5 star Bloodsoaked Jade, which I'm saving up my platinum to hopefully get a better version of and upgrade that, so on and so forth. So goes the grind. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this an okay change? Are we good with this? I personally think, like, in my honest opinion, I'm good with this change. It's a little bit more grinding, but that's why you play Diablo games, at least in my opinion, for the grind. So if you don't enjoy grinding the overworld, if you can't like play music, or in my case, I usually pop up another YouTube video and grind, and that way I can like just periodically look over and watch YouTube videos or listen to music while I'm grinding, then you're not gonna enjoy this. But if you do like the grind, then have fun with the grind. But I did want to bring more attention to this issue because I do think it's going to be a bit of a grind for people once they get to Hell 6, if not already, but definitely an issue once you get to Hell 7. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and until next time, guys, lock it in.